Adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Cheney Crab of Entheos.
Nice, here at Incarceration.
Yeah.
Wow, you had to go to prison to get your music
I
out
know,
there,
right?
huh?
Well, a lot of people always thought I'd end up here, but not in this way.
It's funny because when I was leaving, well, not even when I was just leaving, but the whole week I just kept posting on my Facebook, just, can't wait, I'm going to prison.
Going. And here we are on the outside of it, right? It's like a really cool building. I think there are ghost tours going on. I don't get to go.
Let's talk about that. You don't get to go?
I don't think I get to go to the ghost tours. I feel like I'm busy all day.
Oh, you gotta. You gotta go.
Busy.
To the tour.
I want to. I know. I don't want to take anything like out with me, any spirits away with me.
Well, there's a story behind that too.
Okay,
so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because we have the blood prison, which is the haunted thing.
Yeah.
With characters, but the prison really is haunted.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, I believe I've seen paranormal shows. It's usually out of prison.
So check this out. The first time I did this festival several years ago, I was interviewing Waylon Rivas from A Killer's Confession and previously Mushroom Head.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he filmed a video in the torture room here.
Oh my God.
Because there was a torture room.
No.
And he was by himself in there, and he came out, and his chest was all scratched up and bloody.
He is lying. There's no way. Do you believe?
I know, right?
Believe
I wasn't there.
See,
but
that's the thing. If you are a convincing person, like I feel like, and if you're a convincing person, you could get someone to believe that story. I want to see the scratches. That's all I'm saying. I need the pictures.
Now, I have
no
seen
AI.
some things happen in my life, but not scratches. But I have experienced.
What have you seen? Tell me.
So, first of all, when I was in high school, I lived in Agoura, California.
Okay, yeah.
And at the time, it wasn't built up. It was just equestrian. It was like not what it is now, which is very popular. And I left for 3 years before I came back and visited. And my town, they had built all these multi-million-dollar homes where there was a park.
Yeah, yeah.
And one home was fenced around, boarded up, and there in the middle of these...
Okay.
And
scary.
A little bit. So
Red
of
flag.
course, my curiosity
Oh my God.
has the best of me, and I'm looking, and I'm standing there, and I just heard a noise, and something made me say to myself, step back. And I did, and one of the boards fell down right where I was standing. I'm
my God.
I'm out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Gone.
Listen, I did play with the occult when I was a teenager, okay? And because of that, I do not play with the occult anymore.
Yeah, I would never do that. I don't have experiences like this, but I'm from Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
And there, outside of Des Moines, we have this town called Villisca that has a very well-known axe murder house where a man in the 1920s snuck in, they think by train, to these people's house, killed them all with an axe. And a guy bought the house, and it's a museum now. So I went into the house, and I hadn't really had any paranormal experiences before that. But going inside of that axe murder house, seeing pictures that he had, he would draw circles on dresser tops and put marbles in the circles, and they would stay there. But you would come back after going upstairs through the entire house and come back, and the marbles would be moved and things like that. But you could just overall feel a weight where it's like something nefarious has happened inside of this house. And that's like the closest to paranormal that I've experienced. I haven't had any weird
Oh, I've had plenty of
Yeah, really. Okay, so I feel like...
I have an Anne
Do you
Frank
think that
one.
you... Oh, what? Hold on. Okay, go with this. What is it?
Okay, so if you go to the Anne Frank house now,
Yeah.
the attic where she was has a plexiglass thing. You can't go up there. You can just look up there.
Yeah.
But when I went the first time, you could go up there.
Oh, wow.
And at the time I was married, my wife and I were climbing up the stairs. She went up, because I have very strong spiritual energy.
Yeah.
I got halfway up, I'm like, and I don't get scared. I just said, no, I'm not. Like, the energy was so dark.
Really?
It was and I don't scare by darkness, but this, it was so dark that I was like, I'm going back down. You can go up if you want.
Yeah.
I'm going back down.
I'm with you. Like, I guess that you're saying that you'll go inside of it, and if it gets too bad, you'll leave. But I just don't really fuck with things like this.
See, I think it's a museum, so I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, of course.
Know?
Yeah.
Even though it's a real house, I'm like, it's just a museum.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had other experiences, like, I've had good experiences, like my grandparents. My grandmother's sister was known as like one of the most renowned psychics in the world.
Oh, wow.
And she's buried right next to my grandparents. Yeah. And one night I was with my kids, my sister-in-law, my niece, and we were going to see my grandparents, grave, because I would always, every time I was in the area, it happened to be night this time.
Yeah.
I go up to the gate where you drive in, and the gate was closed. So I went up the block, I parked, and then I walked down because I was just going to walk in, and I left everybody in the vehicle. The gate was open. Now it was locked, chained up locked. And I went back to the vehicle, and I'm like, was that gate open or closed?
Yeah.
They all said closed. So it wasn't me.
Okay, that's
I was checking that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Having some
sometimes
flashback or
of course.
something.
Yeah.
And then it was a very still night, no wind, nothing. We drive up, and while they stay in the vehicle, I walk up to my grandparents' grave, where my great aunt is too, and all of a sudden, all the leaves start swirling around their tombstones, but there was no wind.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm like,
are you making this up?
No, I swear to God.
This sounds made up.
You just never, there's always, I'm also somebody, I'm scientific, so there's some explanation.
Yeah, of course. See, I'm just a person who, I'm into balance, I'm into neutrality, and that's why I can see both ways of things. Like, I do.
Are you a Libra? Because I'm a total Libra.
I am a Libra.
I'm a total
That is a
Libra,
great guess, my friend. My birthday is September 30th.
Mine's October 11th.
There we go. Yeah.
That's why.
I
Because
know.
I'm the same way. I hate extremes.
Yeah.
Like, all the crap that's going on in the world, too extreme for me,
Too
man.
extreme for me.
Like,
yeah,
let's be in the middle a
I
little.
agree. I mean,
I have this uncanny ability that I can see both sides of every situation.
Me too.
Even getting divorced, even though other people think differently, the person that got hurt the most, I'm like, well, I could see her side.
Of course, yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't have to agree.
Right.
But I can see it. And understand.
That's exactly how I am in everything, in every relationship, in every scenario.
Ditto.
Just planning things. I can see why something would work better one way and why it would work better the other way. And sometimes that works against us, Libras, because it makes us a little. I don't know if you're like the indecisive. Exactly. It makes us a little indecisive. But at the end of the day, I do think that there is something. I don't know if it's associated with Libra or whatever, but my heart there's something that, not in every situation, when making decisions though, there's something that will stand out a little more to me. But yeah, it is the ultimate. That's kind of, I would say my toxic trait is my neutrality.
You know what?
In a lot of ways.
I don't view that part as toxic. I find the people pleaser Libra part for me is toxic.
Yes, that's true. I'm also a people pleaser.
I have been in seclusion and not even dating because I'm trying to get that shit under control.
Yeah, really? Yeah. That's something that I've honestly been able to let go of more and more in my life, and I think it has come with a role in a band and a role in having to.
There you go.
When you're in a band, you have to sometimes hire people. You have to deal with things that a lot of people don't think or know that you deal with that are outside of art in making decisions, and you kind of have to stand up for yourself in a lot of ways, and that has made me more secure in my decisions like that.
That's
and
cool.
Not being as much of a people pleaser. But that's just in a business sense. In my everyday life, in my friendships, and my familial relationships, I'm very much a people pleaser.
Well, see, we're the same too. Because when it comes to business, I'm not as much of a people pleaser because
yeah.
it's business.
It's business, yeah.
But you probably experience this too. The thing that sucks about it is when you try to better yourself, all those people in your life, they don't want you to stop being a people pleaser because it does not serve them well.
That's very true. Very true. And the people will kind of look down on that, I would say. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think that if you are if you're a focused individual, you know that no matter what no matter what their opinions are of you or what you're doing, you just have to make the correct decisions for yourself.
No
and
doubt.
it's hard. It's hard, especially for us, you know, especially for those of us who want to make everyone happy.
And have that philosophy of, like, even with all the things that people argue about nowadays, I'm like, you do you. As long as you're not intentionally hurting anybody and it makes you a better person, you do you. It doesn't have to be what I do.
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, I even feel like that even if it doesn't make you a better person. If it's not affecting other people.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, exactly. It's, I mean, I prefer to stay out of other people's things. You know,
you don't know their story.
You
don't
no idea.
know what their deal is. You don't know why they think they do.
No, you don't.
I have a brother that if anybody disagrees with his opinion, they're uneducated and uninformed. And I always answer them like, or, I do it just like that.
Right.
Or, they were brought up at a different place than you, had different friends than you, had a different career than you, had different upbringing than you, and a million other variables that make them feel the way they do.
Right. It always is interesting to me how some people can't put two and two together with that life is... And who a person becomes is a lot of things stacked on top of each other, and it starts from the moment you're born. You know, I've always been very into psychology. Before I stopped going to college full time to pursue a band and be a musician, I was studying. Good for you, by the way. I was studying philosophy and psychology. So I always, when I interact with a human and start to understand things about them, I always go back to those psychological aspects. What was their, how were they raised? You know, just certain situations breed certain people. Everyone's kind of a product of the environment that they've grown up in, and
experience.
And the experience.
And we agree again, too, because, like, I was a year away from a PhD in psychology.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't finish.
There we go.
I have all the knowledge I need. I don't need the piece of paper.
I know. I feel the same way.
You know, and I've been a superstar salesperson since I'm a kid, and that's psychology.
Yeah.
You can't sell somebody unless you know how to pay attention, read them, and read their facial movements, their body movements. And
absolutely.
I think it holds true in interviews. Like, no two interviews I do are ever the same. You notice I don't have a script. I don't have notes. Let the interview take a life of its own. Like, if you asked me what the interview was going to be like before this, I wouldn't have said this.
Yeah. I mean, me either. I had no idea. And I enjoy just coming from someone. I do a lot of interviews. And when interviews are predetermined and it's just based on question, they are so boring to do over and over again. I'm sure you can relate to this. It's like, I don't want to talk about these dumb things anymore. Like, I get asked the same questions constantly. Where's the band's name from? What's this?
And
what's this song about? No one cares.
And who cares?
No one cares.
You know?
No one cares. Don't you feel like this? It's like when you're when you're finding out about new people, when you're hearing about a new artist, when it comes to things like this, I would rather hear about them. I want to know where they come from. I don't care about these like arbitrary, the art things I can find out on my own, and I think there's something
I want to
cool.
find out what the artist is passionate about outside of music.
Exactly.
You know? And it blows my mind what press people don't ask.
Me too.
You know, and then sometimes, you know, I feel bad for artists because I'll sit in the press area and I'll listen to other press people doing interviews. I'm like sitting myself saying, if I was the artist, I'd be slitting my throat right now.
I know, yeah. Honestly, I felt like that before. And I always come from the frame of mind that I also like when people like don't know that much about me. They don't, because some people will just go in and study every single thing about you, and it's like they pick out things that some people, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but people will now go on Twitter or like any social media site and see up dumb posts that you made from like a year ago and ask you about that post. It's like, so how do you, I made, this is an example. One time I made a post about tuna on pizza in Europe, which is awful, by the way.
Listen,
tuna and corn.
I'm from New York and New Jersey, and I'm an Italian Jew. That's sacrilegious.
I'm an Italian who's married to a Jew. Yeah, that's
so
sacrilegious.
it's sacrilegious to put tuna on pizza, okay?
Tuna and corn.
On
pizza
God.
in Europe, and they will send this to you for catering sometimes, as if any American people want this shit. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody wants that.
No one wants that. But I made a post about it like 2 years before an interview that I did, and then they asked me about that post, and I'm like, oh my God.
I'll go a step further, okay? So, and to your point of what you were saying about if you were doing interviews, so I got friendly with Taylor Momsen because of my first interview I ever had with her, because I didn't ask her anything about the Grinch, or better yet, Gossip Girl.
Oh yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I never even watched Gossip Girl.
I have never watched Gossip Girl, and I'm a millennial. It should be right up my alley. I just was like, nah, I'm good.
I've never watched it, so I only knew Taylor the musician.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go there. Now, mind you, that first interview was 9 years after she was off of Gossip Girl.
Right.
Okay? And I did know that she chose to leave that as a star. She was big.
Yeah.
To go after music because that was her passion, which I have mad respect for.
Yeah.
But we started talking afterwards, and she's like, it's so tiring. Everybody keeps asking me about Gossip Girl in interviews at this festival, the one we were at.
Oh, man.
And she's like, that was 9 years ago.
Right.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I don't get it. Why do you want to ask about that? Like, it's already been done a million times.
Yes.
And nobody cares.
No one cares.
And she obviously is not going to give you a good interview because she left it for a reason. Use
Right.
some common sense.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So what I did is after that first time interviewing her, I binge watched Gossip Girl because I knew the real Taylor.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see why she felt the way she did.
Yeah.
It was my research.
So what conclusion did you come to?
I totally get it. Man.
Yeah.
Because the character she plays on that show is 1,000,000% not her.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a role. She's an actress.
It's a role. And
She's an actress.
People are that stupid. I just have to say.
No, they are.
As a radio personality, I play a role.
Yeah.
Like, and I could tell you some stories that would blow your mind.
I'm sure.
Of what people like think, even the ones that know you their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when Shock Jock Me comes out, I've women I've known my whole life that were like, oh my God, what happened to you? You used to be such a nice guy. I'm like, I'm playing a role.
Yeah, it's
on
different.
The radio.
Yeah, people don't really understand that. Yeah, yeah.
You know?
People don't get it. I mean, it's kind of like inside baseball stuff, you know? You only really know if you're in the biz.
Right.
And it is interesting to me how many people don't understand like certain aspects of that, of being a musician, of being an actress, and an artist of any kind. It's really, or even being a newscaster. I went to high school with a girl who I saw on the news a few years later, and it's just a totally different persona. But it's obvious you have to sell something.
Right.
You're on the news. You can't be just like hey dude, like here's the
right?
you know.
Exactly.
You have to change yourself a little bit.
And just like you're a musician, so part of that is you, but part of that is you're an entertainer on stage playing on a performance. You know?
Absolutely.
It's like, why do people think that musicians that's all they care about is music? I don't
get that either. I mean, don't get me wrong, I care about music a lot, but it's
Me too.
And it consumes a lot of my life, but it's like, there are so many other things I care about. I like my cats and gardening and
that's what
drawing and that, psychology, like we were talking about earlier. I like reading and all of these different things, and people kind of, they focus on the band or whatever. But also back to your point about Taylor Momsen, it's like, I don't even really want to talk about an album that we put out 9 years ago, even 5 years ago. I want to talk about the new thing. So I can't imagine being thrown back into something that you're totally disconnected from in every way, and people just wanting to harp on that because they think it'll get them clicks or views or listens or whatever. That stuff is agonizing to sit through. I think
my opinion has always been, which is why I do the interviews the way I do, is this is the shit part of being an artist, doing interviews. Why do I want to make it even shittier?
Yeah, appreciate that.
Let's make it fun and interesting.
That.
Like, the best compliment I ever get, which I get often, is, "Oh, thanks, dude. That was so much fun."
Yeah.
Like, when is press fun?
Yeah. Rarely.
Right?
Rarely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, just realize that the artists are just normal people, and find out who that normal person is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I think that's a very important thing. I mean, even if you run into someone at a show, ask them something a little different, even if you're not conducting an interview.
No doubt.
Because let me tell you how boring it gets.
Right?
Don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful for every single person who listens to my band, who's at a show, comes up and says something to me. But at a certain point, 100 people have told you in a line, one after another, that pretty much the same exact thing. It's like, let's spin this up so that I get a little entertainment out of it. You know,
exactly.
You can only hear, "Oh my God, you're so cool," a couple of times. Believe me, and I love hearing about how cool I am.
It does sometimes get a little nauseating.
Yeah.
Like it's before you get it, you're like, "Oh, it'd be cool for that to happen." And you're like,
God.
Careful what you wish for.
That is, okay, there's so many things that fall under this bracket. Another one is that before I ever became a full-time touring musician, and I was just a musician on a local level, regional level, I told myself, I will remember every single person I ever meet. I can't believe that some of my friends, I know I lied. I was like, I can't believe that some of my friends can't remember these people who are fans of their bands. And then, oh my God, on a nightly basis, now I have people come up to me like, "Don't you remember when I met you 5 years ago at the merch table at the so-and-so show?" And I'm like, "Oh, I totally don't." And I feel so bad about this. I try to be honest, honestly, but I feel so bad because you want to remember everyone.
Like, I now understand it as a radio person doing these festivals, because I do festivals pretty much every weekend.
Oh, yeah,
all over the U.S., UK, Europe. So I'm like on tour like you are.
Yes.
And the shit just swirls in my head after a while. Even artists that I know and I'm friendly with, they'll come up to me if I'm out in the crowd and they're like, "Hey, what's up, Pipeman?" And I'll be like, "Who the fuck was that?"
Dude, I know.
Oh, that's right. That was Chris Motionless. Fuck.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, full disclosure, I've been on tour with a guy. Granted, he wore a suit, like a mask on stage. I went on tour with him for a full month and a half, and then I saw him 3 months later at NAMM, and he came up and was like, "Hey, Cheney, what's up?" And I was just like, "Do I know you?" I literally said that out loud. I said out loud to this man, "Do I know you?" And you can just see everything, the blood leave his face.
That one,
it was messed up.
Bad move.
Yeah, it was messed up.
I'm not giving.
But he was in a mask. He was dressed as a goblin the entire tour. And then I knew who he was after I did some research.
It's just the
it was Necro-Goblin. And I love those guys so much. And Joe, I know who you are now. It's been years. And I always will feel bad for that. But we're friends. We're friends now, and I will never forget his face again, ever.
Exactly.
Joe, I will never forget you.
You need that kind of trauma to remember people
you do.
sometimes.
Sometimes it takes that. And I'll tell people that when they're in line. I'm like, man, if we went through something together at this merch table, or if we had an extensive conversation, that I would remember. But, hey, great job. It's really hard to latch on to that.
Musicians do understand, because there's times artists will come up to me at the next festival. Well, not the next one, but a year later, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Are we gonna talk?" And I'm like, they can tell, and I'm like, it's just all swirling in my head, dude. And they're like,
it's like, what is this person's
They're like,
name?
I get it.
Yeah.
They're like, I get it. Like, it's swirling in my head, too.
Absolutely,
Last festival I did, me and this artist that are friendly with, we still trying to figure out the last time we did an interview, and neither one of us could figure out which festival. We just knew it happened, but we didn't know what festival.
These things happen constantly, and this brings me to another interesting thing about being a musician. It's like, playing a show or playing a festival, that is such an important thing in a person's life who is in attendance.
Yes.
When you do stuff like this all the time, everything starts to swirl around in your head. You forget, oh my God, I totally forgot about that festival, because it's like they all get mixed up a little bit. Unless something crazy happens at the show, then it's hard to separate all these things.
Well, do you mean something like where you're at a festival, you got the festival dust, it's hot and humid, and then you're breathing in smoke as you're straight?
Yeah, and as a vocalist, that'll be so fun for me. Jesus.
Oh my
I can
God.
already feel myself losing a little bit of a we'll see how it goes. But
I feel bad for you. I was asking Maddie from Memphis Mayflower, I'm like, how are you going to sing in this shit?
Yeah.
And it's like I always wonder how you artists sing in with the festival dust alone.
Yeah.
But this is way worse.
Yeah, this is worse. It's, you know what? It's a maneuvering act, and it's just, I have to deal with things every day. Sometimes my hair Last night my hair didn't get caught in my throat. Sometimes that does happen as someone who wears her hair down a lot on stage. Last night the stage was so humid that I couldn't breathe at certain points. So I always try to make a point to, I stay on time, but I will skip a phrase sometimes. You just have to deal with the punches as they come. That's a part of it. That's
the good
part
thing
of the fun of
is,
it.
as an artist, you're the most critical of yourself, and most of the people in the crowd don't even know when you mess up.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's all about just dealing with it. Rolling with what comes to you.
Just like today, dealing with the fact of your set time getting changed.
I know it changed by an hour and a half, and you know what sucks now? We're playing. So we're on tour with a band called Ginger right now, and
a band called
Ginger. A band called Ginger.
Who are they anyway?
They're a band called Ginger. But we're on tour with them right now, and I wanted to catch their set because they're our homies. But now our set is they go on I think 10 minutes before our set ends. And man, Ginger, I love you guys, but I'm skipping y'all to go take a shower.
Right?
Because it's dusty out here.
You're gonna
dusty out here. Yeah, sure. I know. But that's what happens with the set times changing and everything. It's just you just roll with it. You're never gonna do what you want to do. Every dream in your life will come true, but never the way that you imagine it.
I was laughing because Liz emailed me 10 times today changing the interview time. And I'm I get it, because I do these all the time. Shit happens.
Shit happens.
We get evacuated all the time from festivals.
I know. A couple of years ago, I remember Louder Than Life getting canceled halfway through the weekend because it rains.
At that.
Yeah.
We got evacuated 3 out of 4 days of Rockville this year.
Jesus, for what?
It's freaking Florida in the summer when it's hurricane season.
Right.
Thunderstorms.
Right.
One of the interviews I did do was the funniest ever, though, because they were Psycho Stick. You know that?
Oh, yeah, of course. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. And stuff. I listened to that whole damn album.
They came over with the code red, and they just started on purpose freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We gotta go. And we just kept going. We're not going. We're not going. And we kept doing the interview. Anyway, so is there any final words you want to give our listeners?
Any final things I want to say?
You gotta go other places.
Here's what I want to say. We put out a brand new song today. It's called Golden Crown. We are putting out a new album on October 23rd. It's called Empty on the Inside. And go and check that stuff out. It would mean the world to me.
You need to wear a golden crown on stage.
I know I should. I'm more into black, though. That's kind of my color.
Yeah.
You can probably tell by what I have on.
A little bit. A little bit.
There we go. This is metal.
It is the best color. Come on.
It is.
You know?
And you know what? Any picture I look at of myself 50 years from now, I'm going to be like, damn, I was stylish then. I'm stylish now. This stuff is not going to age out.
That's right.
There we go.
That's right. especially female, you're always going to look good in black.
Yeah.
Well, you rock.
You rock.
Your music rocks.
Thank
and
you.
I hope you survive incarceration.
Yeah, I hope you do too. Here's to
And,
surviving.
That's it. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.